The current spoiler warning level is gallant or something.
Friends and folks, for this episode, you're looking at a spoiler warning level of Galient. It's not a color, I know. Sorry. But it does sort of get to the point, which is we're talking about Panzer World Galient, and we're spoiling Panzer World Galient. Not massively, but significant. I mean, I guess I don't really know. I haven't watched the show, but some of the stuff that, like our guest and that Dylan say on this episode, I'm like, oh, wow, that seems like a big deal. So, keep that under advisement. Please enjoy the episode. Hello, friends and folks, and welcome back to another episode of Mechanista NG and a very special list that Dylan's very happy about. I'm Six Detmar.
I mean, I'm mostly happy about it. It's just, look, you just, sometimes you put one thing on here just to piss me off, I feel like.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like normally I would be like, what are you talking about? But yes, I extremely do.
You can't lie. How many? We're over 300 episodes. Oh. Okay, yes, you can't lie.
Wait, hang on, you're like over 300 episodes, and you think I can't lie?
I'm saying it wouldn't be a very effective lie, is what I'm saying.
All right. That's my favorite kind of lie. If it's an effective lie, then I feel bad. But if I get called out, then it's fine.
We have a guest this week.
I didn't really lie.
We have a guest this week.
We do. Hi, Grant. Welcome to the show.
Hello. This is normally where you play my entrance music, but I do not have any.
Oh, that's what you think. Since you've said that, entrance music played, and I'm gonna have to upload a test video on a different channel to make sure YouTube doesn't flag it and everything.
All right. Well.
But Dylan.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a second. We're gonna do a little bit of chatting. But do you have resources ready for these? I feel like most of these are things. That
most of these I do. For. Yes, most of these. I do.
Okay, great. So Grant,
yes,
this is a special occasion. It's always a special occasion to have you here. Lord knows, I'm not trying to downplay that, but also. You are here because you've got some exciting stuff going on.
I've got some exciting stuff. So this summer, it's summertime. It's beautiful. It's great, except for the ways it sucks. One of the things that doesn't suck is starting June 21st. Everyone in the world can start listening to brand new episodes of The Disappearances of Lydia Fountayne. This is a brand new original audio drama in which I have been cast. Had a fantastic time putting it together, but not nearly as much fun as people listening to the full product. I'm excited. Can you tell how excited I am?
I can, and I can't tell how justified it is yet because I haven't heard it. And I have to be skeptical of anything.
You can change that right this minute. When I say new episodes, that's because our first episode came out a while ago when we did our crowdfunding to pay for the rest of the season that's coming now. That means you everyone else can go to lydiadisappears.com or look up in your podcatcher of choice, The Disappearances of Lydia Fountayne. Listen to the first episode, listen to the trailer for the rest of the season to come, and yes, starting June 21st and every weekend after until season's end, new episodes coming out. I play...
And if you are...
Go ahead.
And if you are listening to this the day it comes out, that's 4 days. But most people listen to it later, so it's probably already out.
Yeah. It's sort of a techno thriller about a group of young people finding out like a sort of magical realist take on the surveillance state, big data, predictive models. One of our writer's big regrets is that it only became more relevant in the course of recording and editing. Whoops. But it's fun, it's funny, it's got heart, and it's got a number of amoral, villainous uncles, and that's where I come in. I'm one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds like a fun role. Yeah, we'll have to, I'll have to catch up next time you're on. Maybe we can shoot the shit about it a little bit, or just, off the air, like human beings who interact with each other. But, I wouldn't want to put any pressure on you to interact with me outside of a professional capacity. I know how unpleasant that can be. Let's go ahead and roll some dice.
I just figured you'd be really busy at the tournament this year. I didn't want to.
Good. I'm just fucking around. All right. Well, Dylan, I'm sorry to say we got something you want to talk about.
Yay!
We got the Gallant.
Hell
Oh,
yeah!
hell yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, hold on.
I would have done the thing where I made you guess, but one, you would have gotten it instantly, and two, you're the one with the materials, not me.
I do have the materials. Well, I mean, MHQ also has Galient on it.
Now, before we hit the recording button, you did call me the JoJo expert. Is that why you rolled Gallant? For young Prince Joldy?
Just, unfortunately, you are outstripping my knowledge of JoJo.
Okay.
Is this newer stuff?
No. The main character in Gallant is like a 10-year-old who goes by JoJo, short for Joldy.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah,
I mean, you are in a way outstripping my knowledge of JoJo, but from a different angle. I got it. Okay.
Yeah. So, well, oh, right, hold on. I just tried pasting the image into the spreadsheet, which is not the video. That is wrong. That is incorrect. That helps no one, but this helps. Here we are.
Everyone.
This is the Gallant from Panzerworld Galient, which is an anime by the name everyone
Dr.
knows
Mario.
the name Ryosuke Takahashi, there we go, and designed by Kunio Okawara. So yeah, the Gallant is a really cool mecha. It is a mecha that comes from... So the setting of Panzerworld Galient is the world of Arst, which is a fantasy world. It's interesting, right? Because it's not... Well, I'm thinking, is this the earliest fantasy mecha that I can think of? What year is it?
It is like the year before Dunbine. So maybe?
Oh wait, no, it's the year after Dunbine. Dunbine's 1983.
Is it? I thought Dunbine was the last one before Zeta. No? Okay.
Yeah, no, I think now my question is, when does Elgheim happen?
Wasn't Elgheim the last one before Zeta?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Elgheim's 84 to 85, so 83, 84 for Dunbine, 84, 85 for Elgheim. But so Galient comes out. Honestly, I am surprised that Sunrise did one after Dunbine, because Dunbine. One of the things that gets said about Dunbine sometimes, from what I've seen, and this is of course anecdotal, is that in terms of its popularity, it was a little ahead of its time, in that Japan doesn't really get into this kind of fantasy setting, world building, until more like the late 80s.
Until Dragon Quest, really.
Yeah. And so, even though Dunbine has like niche popularity, I think at the time it just didn't do quite as well. But then, yeah, I guess Sunrise does this a year later, though. And yeah, Panzerworld Galient, though, is... It's interesting because the actual setting... Well, Grant, you've seen more of the show than me.
I've seen
believe.
half of the show. That's where I'm currently watching it off and on. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I watched a couple of episodes, basically, before. I haven't seen the whole thing, but... So... And I did watch a little bit. There's also a special OVA where my brain was like, I'm curious about this also.
So yeah, there's your typical like low fantasy warlords and knights, but they have mechs that they dig out of the ground, sort of like turn a mountain cycle style, which wow, I wonder what that's going to turn out to be in the second half. But also they're being observed from space by some sort of federation that takes the Prime Directive really seriously and doesn't want to interfere with the guy taking over the world, who is clearly also an alien invader.
Yeah, like,
Stuff is happening at this show. Yeah, it's great.
That's the thing. So I guess it's probably another reason why Sunrise is okay with it, because even early on, it is clear that there is something more than this just being a normal fantasy world. The facility...
This Wikipedia page was written by an insane person.
Set
in the medieval-looking fantasy world of Arst, Prince Jordi Valder takes up the fight against the Conqueror Mulder. Jordi uses the legendary robot Panzer Galient, which is one of many panzers preserved underground for millennia. Using an army of advanced robot panzers, Mulder is conquering Arst in preparation to dominate the Crescent Galaxy. Second paragraph. The final episode ended with... What? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, that's
It just cuts to, like, and here's the end of the show.
Here's your synopsis. The basically the first 2 episodes and then the last. That's all you need. That's a synopsis.
It just immediately goes into, and this happened with a character whose name we haven't mentioned before or introduced. Like, okay.
That's really funny. Yeah, so even the Gallant, right, when we see it, it's underground in this, like, it is clearly like a futuristic facility, though. It's not in a, like, fantasy place.
To put it in Takahashi terms, it looks like where Kiriko, like, HAL 9000's Wiseman, right?
Yeah, it is
it's
very,
a
like,
very similar space.
I didn't even think about that, but you're right. Now that it is incredibly like that. And yeah, so also, if you haven't seen Gallant's opening, one of the best openings. I love Urox's music for both the opening and ending of Gallant. So look, I am a sucker for 80s prog rock stuff. So yeah, I love the Gallant opening though. Just mentioning that. Also, cool animation too in it. So yeah, the Gallant, though, is the primary mecha used by Joldy/Jordy, I guess, is Wikipedia. I'm trying to... What? Now I'm, like, doubting what my subs used. I thought it used Joldy.
The official release uses Joldy with an L, yes.
Yeah. Okay, and then... usually they just call him JoJo, though, anyway, so...
Oh. You don't want JoJo to take your man, either. That man is not coming back alive.
Oh wow, $20 on Blu-ray. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
I got it for free shipping when they announced the L game release.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so the Gallant itself. So to describe this mecha, starting with the head, this is a very unconventional Okawara design, I'm going to say right off the bat, which is one of the reasons...
From the neck up, for really sure, yeah.
Because, like, this head, so you've got a head, very helmet-looking head, kind of describe it as having 3 distinct sections, like the left, right, and center. So the left and right sections are, like, big horn sections going straight up, and then you have the middle section, which is rounded and, not as tall as the 2 sections on the sides of it. For the actual colors, you have a lot of red. You have a white stripe running down the entire middle of the face, and then you have these 2 white extensions on either side of the head, that are just like these little wedges, coming out. The face itself, you've got a, like, little bluish forehead jewel on, the forehead. Below that, you've got 2 yellow eyes, inset into the face. The actual mask is just a pretty standard mecha mask, like, just no real... There's not, like, detail on the mask other than the color separation of the white and red. Then you have some vents that are on, like, the outer cheek sections, outer, like, helmet-looking sections of the head. And then... that's pretty much it for the head in terms of shape. Very cool-looking head, though. Very... Again, feels very unlike an Okawara head. Which
it feels kind of Transformers to me. Maybe it's just the colors. The colors are very
striking. I can see what you mean. It's really
Magnum XL 200 colors. Yes.
Yeah. The for the torso, we've got a surprisingly thin torso. It feels like when you consider how much of what this like wide torso is actually the shoulders there. So it's actually just like a rounded section on the middle. You've got a visible cockpit, like little like windows going on the sides. Now, what's interesting is when you see the windows inside the cockpit, it's kind of more of a panoramic cockpit in terms of how it looks from the inside, and it does this really cool thing. It reminds me of, you know, when you look into a microwave and it's got like the black mesh.
Yes.
And that's how they like represent it on the inside view of the cockpit when you're watching the anime, and anytime you see in there and looking out, it's got this like black mesh that you can see all out. It's just there's a mesh over everything. And that's what it reminds me, though, is like of a microwave door. But from the outside, you only really see just like a couple of like viewports around. And then you've got the yellow like hatch area in the middle. There's just like several, 3 total yellow stacks in the middle that are just vertically aligned, just little boxes for that. And then for like the midsection connecting into the waist around the sides and back, you've just got this large rounded white torso segment. Moving on to the shoulders, you have gigantic shoulders that are like, the armor of the bottom of the shoulders is connected into the torso, like, and it goes pretty far down. It goes like halfway down the torso with this connected section. Really big. Quite tall. You've got like a larger bump of armor around the middle going around the top.
Your classic duplex shoulder pad. Yeah.
Yeah. And then not really a lot of actual like mechanical detail on the shoulder, though the tops of them have these little intakes going on that you can see in the transformation here. For the bicep, white on the inside and red on the outside with like a yellow separation. The outer part of the bicep, you get a couple of these little vent cuts. Really weird joints going on here. They're like weird little circular, like single axis joints going on. Like just a circle with a cut down the middle that, the rotation happens on. For the forearms, very much the same as the upper arm, where you've got the white on the inside, yellow section, and then some red parts on the outside. The bicep and the lower arm look like they connect together because, well, when you look at the bird form, the joint does kind of tuck into the bicep, and they do in fact go together. Then you get like a little bump of armor on the top and bottom, like rounded for the wrist area, and then you have some cables running into the actual hands, and the hands are just the hands are hands, they're mecha hands. It's really cool. The big like projection on the arm right here also, in the left arm, this is where the sword is kept, which is an important note.
For something to be that big of a focal point and to have that much size on it, you would expect it to be a weapon in itself or something. Like, I don't know, energy blades pop out. That's not the case. It's just big and looks cool.
Yeah,
this is a relatively, like, surprisingly underarmed machine.
It
seems like.
Throwing the sete for its weapon here. But yeah.
The chainsword is really all it's got going on.
Yeah, and that is kept inside of the hollow part of the arm here. So it, whenever it draws the sword, it's usually in the... It starts off in the chain mode always, and then, it swings out, and then usually straightens, like, the chain pulls together, which, pulls the blade into a solid shape.
Mm-hmm. And there's a flash
really
of light,
cool.
and it looks cool every time.
They they animated differently several times already from what I've seen, which is also really cool. It's not like a reused animation, and it's just always cool. It's so cool. Then for the waist, you just have a crotch piece with like a yellow piece on the top, some vents on the front of it. You don't really have skirts on this design. Trying to see if my book... Hold on. MHQ doesn't have a rear view. Okay, we do have a rear view here. Let me take a picture of that. It does have a rear skirt, just not a front one. You can see it there, just like a big white plate.
There we go.
With yellow down the middle and some red on the edges. But yeah, then you have just the legs, which are reinforced on the top. You have a bit more armor there. You have some white detail on the top of the thighs there. And then you do have some skirts attached to the sides of the leg. Just going straight down. Not really a lot of detail again on the leg. Just red going all the way down. You have a little bits of like armor around the joint that are circular and bumped out of the sides. Then for the lower leg, they just kind of are very... I mean, you've seen Okawara legs like this. It's a flared out pair of pants. Surprisingly...
to distinctly big 80s feet. Because they knew, when you get the kit and put it up on your shelf, it won't fall over.
Yeah.
This,
not
this
quite...
is the biggest weakness of Evangelion designs. Like, come on.
Oh, God.
Those are, I've got one. I've got one of those kits. I've got the one with the spear from Rebuild, and that dainty little bastard will fall over at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, I have a real grade Ava Zero, and I have it in a crouching pose because it's so much easier to keep it standing if it's crouched and like with all the support of the knee and leg than trying to have it stand up, because it fell over like 3 times. And then the problem with having as many robots as I have is if one robot falls over, it's not the only robot that's going to fall over. It is all dominoes. So I've learned I don't care if it makes its footprint area bigger. I need to have it crouching.
Didn't have that problem back in the day. They knew what they were doing.
No, this is true. But yeah, not quite like as big as like Dom bell bottoms, but fairly large legs, very rounded armor. You kind of get like these little like cuts at the bottom that of the calves here. Through the middle, it keeps like a more boxy, less rounded shape going down from the knee all the way down. You do have a little bit of armor protecting the top of the foot that's on the front of the leg there. And then the feet are just big shoes. They are sort of the bluish black that this has on like the knees and the hands on the top. And then you've got a large toe piece. You've got a extended heel. And then a very important note, especially for a Takahashi thing, we've got wheels, because the other thing this does in fact do sliding around movement, complete with the same wheel noise that is used in Bottoms, which is a noise I love. So yeah. And then we've got its transfer. Oh, and then we have a backpack on this. Sorry, I should bring that up. Post the back of it again. So for the backpack, you've got this white piece that is kind of hollow and folded down. It has a bit of a beak-like area at the tip. I wonder why that is. Looks at the right, if you're watching the video of this. And then you've got like 2 thrusters on the back that are just like a big red pod facing downward. They have like a little tiny wing on the side. And then it's not even really a wing, just kind of a bump. And then some little intakes on the front. And then, that part. This transformation is a real easy one to describe. It folds in half at the, like, the thigh kind of folds down. It
acts like it dropped its glasses and is trying to pick them up.
Yep. And then the backpack part falls in front of the face. And boom, there you go.
Grant, you wear glasses, don't you?
Often. It really helps me day to day, let me tell you.
You have interesting glasses searching posture. Like,
Well,
that's the difference
throwing your
between
arms back
me-
like you're Naruto running?
That's why I'm not a giant faux medieval robot. You know, that's one of the several differences between myself and Galient of
There aren't
Panzer
that many
Galient
differences
fame.
between you and them. You're close.
About
you know,
40
there's some
feet,
similarity.
I think.
Let me tell you. I'll hold off on the fun fact, but there's one thing you're better at than Galient, and we'll talk about it shortly.
I haven't been canceled. I'll tell you that. Well, give it time.
God. Should note, for the height of this machine, the Galient is a 12-meter robot, so we're kind of in... Ooh, is that... I think that puts it above Dunbine, below Gundam in terms of size. But, yeah, so... How tall is the Dunbine for comparison? Does it actually have a height, or is it going to be in, like, Luft meters? No, it's 6.9 meters, yeah, so it's much taller than the Dunbine. Trying to think of, like, an equivalent for this. 12 meters is, like, a weird height, admittedly. When it's in the folded in half mode, it's a little shorter than the Dunbine, though, because this mode, it's about 6 meters tall.
Yeah, that's still notably taller than even, like, an F91. Or notably smaller, that is. But, yeah, it is a size range that's not popular.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've got that. And, well, we went over the main armament. But, yeah. So we've got the chainsword here, the Galient sword. If you've seen me harp about this on Bluesky before, and one time on Twitter, because this all started because I played Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, and there is a weapon in that called the Galient sword that is a red sword that is a chainsword. And this led me down a rabbit hole of going, wait a minute. And then I found out, this is anecdotal, but like, someone else even agreed with this. Seemingly, this is the origin of all Japanese media going for the Ivy-style chainsword, to the degree that even Ivy's chainsword in the original Soul Blade concept art, or Soul Calibur 1, I think. I don't remember what game she debuted in. Either way, the concept art calls it a Galient-style sword.
Wow.
So, this might be the originator for all the whip swords that you tend to see in Japanese media, which is really cool to me, that it all originates from a Takahashi mecha show.
That is sick.
Um,
Do you want to hear both the biggest... This mecha has the best case I've ever seen for a flight mode.
Okay, sure.
Do you know how fast this thing's maximum speed is?
In flight
It's
mode?
17 kilometers an hour on as on foot.
Okay.
yeah.
That is... Grant, you, I assume, don't do much running, right?
No, I have a bus pass.
But you're in okay shape, right?
Yeah,
I've met you. You're in okay shape.
Yeah.
An untrained runner goes, on the low end, 19 kilometers an hour. You are faster than the Gallant.
But
That's
for
an
how
insanely
long?
slow speed.
But for how long?
Well, okay. Okay, I suppose that's fair. Well, and also, when it goes into, so that's 17 kilometers an hour, when it goes into Big Falcon mode, it goes up to 1900. It's over a factor of 100 that it gets faster by, which
Yeah?
is insane.
It's really funny. Look. Sometimes the alien robot has a speed mode and a needs to fight in medieval sword battles mode.
Sometimes Lucille Bluth wrote your stats. How long is a mile anyway, Michael?
About a mile.
God. Yeah.
But this isn't the end of the Gallant.
No, this is not. So, one, I think the Galleon is extremely cool. I honestly think it's a really unique mecha. It's funny that the sword is so referenced, because I feel like this is not a design that even, like, keeps its own design language around, and honestly, I would say that's true of most of Galleon's designs overall. This is a very unique design. But yeah, so let's get rid of some of this. Oh, sorry, one last little sete for the video people also, because we brought it up.
Yeah.
Here's the cockpit. So the doors pop down. Even though it's like the 3 blocks, they actually just all pop down. Like they're not like a sliding door or don't do anything fancy with having the 3 bumps. They just pop down and then it's like a little mouth that opens sideways. And there you go. All right. So then, I guess we were talking about, this is a thing I haven't seen. Well, I have, because I played a Super Robot Wars game for the 3DS that has this, but I haven't seen it in the show proper. But we have the Assault Gallant.
So sticking with my hyperfixation here.
Yes.
Chris at home, if this is true, then we're cool. It struck me as so strange. It says here that the maximum speed for the Assault Gallant here is 97 kilometers an hour. Was there a typo, or are they, what? I'm seriously not calling you out, Chris. It's entirely possible that someone just brain farted so bad and was like, this is slower than your grandma. But it feels strange.
Yeah, well, I mean, in animation, I will say it doesn't actually feel that slow. So I'm thinking the 17 is maybe a little low. I think they lowballed that.
Okay. But don't worry. Also, the speed of the Panzer Falcon here goes up to 2,900 kilometers per hour.
But yeah,
so
looses the legs. That's all flight weight.
That was all dead weight. Yeah,
that's a good point. That's true. It's true.
So yeah, the Assault Gallant. The main thing we add a cannon and a big shield.
The Gallant gets all messed up, and then they plug it into the robot fixing machine with some help from, again, an alien observer who is a little less strict on the Prime Directive. And well, like Six, what you were saying before about being, as far as big giant super robots go, pretty under-equipped, right? Like, it's, you got to think of it in like Escaflowne terms, right? We are a big medieval knight fighting with knightly weapons, swords and spears and shields. Then in this upgrade, it gets a giant gun.
Real big gun.
It's so big.
So
does it have 4 barrels?
It's so big.
I don't know if the 2 inner ones are barrels. Those definitely
they are.
They've got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got to be.
Yeah, they're so I haven't gotten to the point where Jordy has gotten this, but I know that I love the animation for this in the Super Robot Wars game, because Jordy jams the 2 barrels into one of the attacks involves jamming the 2 barrels into the enemy and then just firing this point blank, which is really funny. And it's so big. It's such a big gun for it to carry. I mean, you can kind of get a sense of it by when it's in the split mode. You can see the cannon sticking through the middle of the shield here, so you know the shield size. This is a big fucking gun.
Yeah, like it is treated as a whole new machine, but visually you can barely tell the difference. It really is new capabilities, new accessories, but it looks the same to me, at least.
Yeah, so the main things it gets are, you get the back cannon, that's just a kind of equipped there, much more normal, conventional kind of gun. You get the shield, you get the large gun, and then the only other real visual difference, I think, is just on the legs here. You get these, like, little shelves.
That's the secondary cockpit.
Oh.
Because now, the Assault Gallant can split into 2, right? The top half becomes a little bird and flies even faster than the absurdly fast flight mode before. And the bottom half is this, like, walking, gigantic gun emplacement that one of Jolie's friends gets to be the pilot of.
Who do they put in there? Is it, they don't put, like, oh, why am I spacing on her name? Is it Chihiro, the little girl?
No.
Okay.
You might not have met him yet, but there is like an outlaw, a thief in the wilds who becomes part of the party, and that's his job to pilot the legs during separation.
Now, if this was a Tomino show, it would be a little fairy, and we would all be happy.
Cham hanging out inside the legs would be so good. But yeah, the Assault Gallant, though, is... So, speaking of which, since we've been doing the Star Trek comparisons, hey, when it comes to the alien observers, Greg, can you describe how they decide to, like, come down and hang out with people, by the way, when they're, like, talking? Because it feels very Star Trek to me, also. The fact that we've seen, at least, I think I saw it, like, once, and I know it comes up in the game pretty early, the fucking, like, flying rainbow of colors.
Yeah, that's what their spaceships look like. Just a collection of bright lights flying around each other. It's very reminiscent of, like, 1950s UFO like reports, Project Blue Book sort of thing. And so yeah, that's what they went with. Just rainbow lights, not even really a shape.
Yeah, it's something that I found really interesting because, again, with all those Star Trek comparisons, I'm like, on one hand, they act like the Federation. On the other hand, they feel like when you run into like like a special alien of the week that is like, how do I even describe it? Like a higher form of existence. So it's just a bunch of blinking rainbow lights. Feels very TOS or something to me.
Yes.
Very goofy, but I love it.
I'm literally paused in the middle of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Episode 27, aka I'm an Alien. And we never see that gentleman's spaceship, and now I know what it looks like, and that's cool.
But yeah, so then we get the Assault Gallant here, and those are the main two Galliants, but we would actually still have a third one to talk about. Not from the show, though. So, like a lot of other Sunrise shows of this era, they did an OVA that is a sort of retelling, sort of AU thing, of Panzerworld Gallant. Give me one moment to get... actually, is that in the book, too? I'm gonna see if... I don't see why they wouldn't put it in the book, because there's not really much in the book. Oh, sorry, also, just a side TV thing that I have to throw in. It's really funny to me that this show does blatantly take a certain Star Wars thing. This motherfucker is a sandcrawler.
Yeah.
Complete with how it opens and deploys the Promaxis, which is a little centaur-looking mech. That gets used in the show by the I'm spacing on the enemy nation name, but by bad people, the Martel Empire, right? It just opens in there. Anyway, so this one is interesting. It is known as the Iron Giant Gallant. This is from the OVA. It is a redesign of the Gallant by Yutaka Izubuchi. Very similar to the Ara Phantasm things, where it's just like Izubuchi going real ham on, hey, we've got an OVA budget, and so he redesigns the design quite a bit. We get a pointier head, with like... Instead of white and red, it goes with having like a more subtle kind of gray color to it.
It's got a face in that face.
Kind of. Let me get the close up.
It has a stronger suggestion of a face.
Yeah. It does look like it's got a little smile there, but I will show that it's just got like a weird double mask happening.
Okay.
But yeah. And then when you get to the torso, you get like these extra little embellishments. You got, like, these little cloudy wisps, or smoky wisps on the side, and then, like, this little emblem in the middle in yellow. The cockpit hatch is now in gray. You still have some vents on the pectorals. You have a lot more armor going on with this torso overall, though. And then the midsection, instead of just being, like, one solid white piece, it's got, like, these little layers of armor going on. Still has the huge shoulders. It's still, like, the kind of double design, though. The upper layer of armor is actually raised above the lower layers, so you've got like a gap between them, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, it looks more like a second piece strapped on rather than a a single piece with a like step in it.
Very circular ball-like shoulder, visible like mechanics going into that. The bicep, gray on the inside, red on the outside, and then instead of having like gold in between the gray and the red, it actually adds it to the just the upper bicep area there. Oh, bye Jawa. And then for the forearms, these have been made much pointier, these wrist like little wrist gauntlet things. So they feel almost like a weaponized bit of armor in and of themselves, just because the way they point forward is so sharp. With it still has the several layers going on. For the waist, still has like the crotch piece that just has these like big intakes on the sides of it now. Then the skirt is still attached to the upper part of the leg here. It goes around. You've got like the base layer feels like normal skirt armor, the side having some little spikes on it. But then you have like the layers of, it kind of reminds me of like some kind of like lamellar armor where you've got like just these layers of plate going down. And it's just kind of got that for the side skirts and rear skirts going on, which is really cool. And then moving on to the legs, though, the thighs are in all gray. The lower legs are still pretty similar, where they flare out like, you got like a tall knee. They just are kind of rounded, flared out lower legs. Though we add a lot more gray detailing in between some parts of the leg here. Still has the little guard for the top of the foot. The foot, black on top, and then you got like some sections of toe and a heel. And then it's not really much of a backpack, but just to pull this in from my book, it's got the 2 thrusters on the back. No bird mode in this one, sadly.
So it's locked, going at a moderate brisk walk.
Yeah. So one other interesting thing of note that happens with this, so the movie does the thing where it reinterprets all the mechs in this more, fancy way. Like, for instance, we didn't really talk about the Promaxis, but just to show Grant, since you've seen the Promaxis, since those things die quite a bit early on, even.
Are those the Centaur ones? Yeah.
So, they get a redesign here where they're a lot, fancier too. There's a lot of ones that are analogous to the TV show designs in it. Except for they add a cool original final boss, which I think is also great. I know we're not going to talk about this much, but I do got to show this because it's going to come up in my explanation of the way that the Galient sword works. We get a cool OVA original final boss, which is a big snake mecha, which I think is really cool.
Look at you!
It's so good.
Wow. What is this thing called?
This Cursed Soldier, because everything in the OVA is just given like titles rather than proper names, other than the Galient, which is
this
still
thing
the
is
Galient.
my dad now. This is my dad. Everyone, I'd like you to meet my actual father.
This thing rules. But yeah. So the Galient sword here, you look at it and it looks much more like a conventional sword. Which, for the most part, when we see it get used in the OVA, it is. Now, funnily, when we see this get used in the OVA is like 2 episodes long, and the first episode doesn't have a ton of action. The second episode, basically the last 15 minutes are an extended action scene of AU Jordy, or Joldy in this, running just a train of destroying the enemies one by one. Several of the fake Promaxis, the Promaxises but more detailed. Some other soldiers. You just get this really long sequence of ending with fighting that final boss. Very much, this is an OVA doing a cool animation showcase. Anyway, the reveal with the sword, though, is it does separate like the normal one, but it's not a chainsword, unfortunately. What it is the sword, he hits the armor of the Cursed Soldier, and the sword, after hitting it a couple of times, breaks into a bunch of pieces, but all the blades kind of operate like bits, and then they just start flying through the cursed soldier, just like a swarm of blade bees, and then they reform the sword at the end, and then it gets struck by lightning, and it looks fucking cool. It's very goofy, it's a very indulgent OVA. I don't think it's actually a very, like, it's not like a replacement for the show kind of story. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's a Sunrise OVA in the 80s. It looks expensive. It's a fun watch. Sorry, there's 3 OVAs, not 2. Anyway, yeah. So I had to mention this design, though, because I do have a lot of appreciation for it, even though I think the OVAs kind of... It's bare bones. It's 3 OVAs trying to transplant that all 25 episodes of the show, you know? And it's not really doing the show story, it's doing its own thing, so, you know. But it's an animation showcase, and you get a lot of cool Izubuchi designs. So, in that regard, it's kind of like the new Tale of Byston Well OVA, where it's like, I don't know if I think of this as a very good follow-up to Dunbine, but I'm having a good time watching this. Though, unlike that, the robots are actually animated in this.
No.
The Neo Byston Well thing is so funny, because they're like, well, we wanted to keep the design super detailed, so what if we just did, like, these very painterly, like, cells, but that means we can't really animate it, so it's going to be a lot of really nice-looking cells kind of shifting around. It's very funny. Anyway, so that's our third little Galient to bring up. And yeah, quick go through on it, because it's a 25 episode, you know, a show that like you brought up, I'm pretty sure it got canceled partway through. But it's really cool. What are you drawing? Is that an ant? No.
I was going for like one of them big beetles with the grabby face, but I think I miscounted how many segments it's supposed to have.
Oh, wait, like an antlion?
Like a Hercules beetle.
Oh, Hercules beetle. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes more sense to me. But yeah, the way you section this is very funny. That's our friend. I don't know what to call. I don't know what to call them, but that's our friend.
Gregory.
Yeah.
You
well,
know
no,
what?
Gregory's a cricket.
Here,
I guess that's a fair point.
I'm gonna finish him.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a snowman now.
Mutant snowman with his like 6 stick arms coming out.
So, is that all the Galliants?
Yeah, that's all the Galliants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you had a criticism of the list that I wanted to address.
Oh God, no! Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
It's guessing time.
Oh.
Oh, you've done something.
This is not production art. This is like a comic book panel, I want to say.
Yeah.
This is not from animation. This is from illustration.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming given that you said this criticism I had, this has to be a stand.
I think that's a fair assumption.
But I'm not well versed enough to. Oh no, this is gonna be from a part I've seen, and I'm gonna be very sad that I don't get it.
What
now.
parts have you seen?
1 through 5.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this has also been animated, but this is not from the animation, obviously.
No.
The manga art looks cooler.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of universally true, but
yeah.
You know. You can let me know if you need more. You know.
Is this the top half or the bottom half of the creature?
Do you want me to give you that information? I don't typically.
I know. You just make the
I could
picture
give you a
slightly
bigger
bigger.
piece. I mean, listen, you'll get more information. Do you want more information?
You know what? Yeah, give me a little more.
I'll give you a decent bit more.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh! Oh, the face! I do know!
This is
part
Ratt.
4! Okay, Ratt!
This is
yeah.
Ratt.
This is a Ratt. This is...
Damn it. I knew
Which
the
is-
part, I just couldn't remember what it was called, and I should have remembered it was called Ratt, because, well...
This
It's
is the
used-
tank that turns your grandma into a cube.
Yeah, and is also used by a rat that survive.
2 rats.
Well, yeah, 2 rats. Right, because they're... Well... So... Is it 2 rats that have 2 of the same... Is it the same stand that 2 different rats have? Or is it
Yes.
2 different
It is
rats
this-
that have 2 different stands that just happen to be the exact same thing?
Well, they share damage, so I believe it is two rats that share a stand.
Okay, right. Yeah, I forgot about this from part 4. I guess this is a much more mecha-y stand. It's really cool.
One of the
so
mechiest.
yeah.
The anime version, way less fun. Just a sort of flat gray, as opposed to this, brassy gold here.
Yeah. So the design is basically a big head with a large, jewel eye in the middle of it. It's got these, little overhangs on, the sides of the head here, where you've got a
Tall
little bit of a gap.
forehead, big eye cyclops head.
Yeah. Lots of rivets going around, the eye and up the panels of the armor. As you reach the bottom of this head, you get some teeth. And then for the lower jaw, you've got, it's almost like a night mask, or... the Mazinger's mask or something,
Yeah, like
lots of-
the beaver of a knight's helmet, or a locomotive cowcatcher for a chin.
Yeah.
Is it called a beaver? I didn't know that.
I mean, in some cases, I'm just going for Hamlet Act 1, Scene 1. Your father was seen with his beaver up. But
Oh.
And yeah, that little lower section also, besides the rivets and the little cuts in it, you have some more teeth on the bottom here. Inside of the mouth, you've got a metallic rod going through that with some more riveted sections. And attached to the ends of those, we've got the legs. And the legs are just... you have a circular piece at the end, and each of them has a little telescoping, leg with spikes at the end. You just got something for it to mount itself into the ground. And as can be seen from the animation art here on the back of this has a giant, well, it's not actually a giant because this is a small stand, but big barrel though. Still,
proportionally very large.
yeah,
So.
like gun barrel, and it is able to flip around and pop that up. And yeah, it has a very weird ability because it will shoot you with a dart, and it will then melt you. And that's basically it.
For JoJo's, an incredibly normal ability, but for a mecha, pretty strange.
Well, the thing is, it's one of those things where it seems like it just can melt whatever it hits in general, which is kind of, but I guess for JoJo's ability, it's still not too crazy. Now the thing that's really weird and gross about it is, even though it melts you, it doesn't melt you, kill you. It melts you and doesn't kill you. Because, one of the things we see is the cube of rats, made from it.
I'm not, I pushed it a little bit with the blood here. We tried to keep this fairly family friendly. I'm definitely not posting either the manga or anime version of the rat cube.
I mean, they're all alive.
What about the grandparents in the fridge?
Or, oh god, yeah.
They never go
not
back
that
to
one.
save those people.
You don't know that.
Maybe,
I do.
I'm sure it happened off screen.
I'm not sure at all.
I don't
Me
think
neither.
Araki remembered them. Let's be honest.
No.
But yeah, okay, it's a fairly mundane... Here's the thing about the stand, though. Would you guess that a rat is going to be... I mean, if you know the name, maybe, but, a rat being the stand user is, a weird element of it, and it'll probably be hard to
Sure.
get to the rat.
I believe there's an episode about
Yeah,
that.
there's a whole episode about it. There's well, actually, it's kind of a couple episodes.
And it's important family bonding time.
Yeah. Man, part 4 is fun. I should rewatch part 4 or reread it. It'd probably be way faster to reread it. The thing is, part 4 though, as an anime, is like, I feel like it's less laborious to get through though than like rewatching part 3. Overall, it's just not. It's not as long. It's still pretty long though. I don't remember how many episodes.
No, as long as in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That's different.
But yeah. So I guess this is more appropriate than Star Platinum, which was on the list originally.
Did you say Star Platinum? Give me a second.
No.
This is a guy who uses some fantastic hair product.
Yeah.
I have another podcast where the rule is if you say the name, we have to do it, but that is not the rule over here. So
if that was the rule over here, no episode of Mechanista would ever end. It would be eternal. We would just be daisy chaining so many robots. It would be...
But just think of how really deep funny. You'd be in the Bush's Baked Beans catalog. You'd be onto other bean manufacturers by now.
It's been so long. It's been so long since beans.
Yeah, I've really taken it easy on you lately.
Don't think that. No. It's fine. It's all good. Everything's fine. But yeah. That's Ratt. That's Ratt. That's Galient.
That's Ratt. That's Galient.
I think the Galient would defeat the Ratt. I feel like even with this melting things, I feel like there's just such a size disadvantage.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of
probably would have a lot of difficulty.
Yeah. Now, I think a lot of stands would generally do well against Mecha, but I feel like this one, ironically, would not.
But wouldn't it melt them?
Well, how much... The thing is, when we see it, like, hit Jotaro, it doesn't, like, melt his whole body. It only melts a little bit.
Yeah, it melts a chunk out of his arm.
And,
so, like,
so again, proportionally, there's so much more mecha. Like,
yeah.
Is the melting even getting through the outer armor, right? Okay. Yeah. I see. I see the argument here.
Like, even like a scope dog, I feel like going towards this thing at high speed, sure, you melt part of the foot, and then the scope dog runs into it, and then it explodes.
Yeah, but...
On the other hand, with the Galiant's fairly primitive sensors, would it ever spot this thing?
Just slowly getting melted to death.
Yeah, Galient might be the one it could take down just for that ludicrous running speed.
Just keep away.
Rat's just got to stick and move, and it's fine.
Slowly.
How fast is a rat? KMH. 13. So the Galient can outrun it, but you got to keep in mind that even this article even says it. But how rats use speed isn't just about running in straight lines. They can zigzag, climb walls, and slip through tiny spaces.
And this is no
I
average
don't think
rat.
Galient stands a chance.
Like the chapter, the arc makes it clear this is not your average rat. This is a superlative rat. This rat can go at least 15 kilometers per hour.
I gotta be honest with you. I fully come to turn the corner. I don't think Galient stands a chance.
Also,
Assault Galient though, like it's over.
Assault Galient.
Yeah,
Assault Galient would win.
Speaking of, I do want to show this. Just a figure that. So a local comic shop for some reason has this. 3-0 actually did their own Galient, and God, every time we go there, I see it, and I'm like, I don't have the money for this, but I want it so bad. It's so cool.
Oh my goodness.
It's a really good
That's
looking
so
Galient.
cool.
I like it. Just has this really nice rusty look to it. Hold on, the 3-0 website likes to be breaking.
Yeah, this is a very ka-chunk, like modern Transformers sort of aesthetic take. There's something of like the Metal Bill 00 figures in the angle on Galient they've taken here. It's
I tried to play this thing in the War for Cybertron multiplayer, but it was a little too mechanically complicated for me.
Here we got the we got the guns there, but of course has the whip sword. Both in there it is doing the draw. It's so cool every time. Sorry. I didn't share the actual how it does that for 6, but that's what it looks like. It's cool every time. Just pulling the sword out like that.
Man, why are we listening to Optimus Prime? This guy shits on him.
Well, this doesn't really talk to you is the problem.
Yeah, a 10-year-old inside is like, oh, I just found out I'm the lost prince. Okay, that's a lot of pressure.
Wait, he's 10?
Yeah, he's a little baby boy.
Though sometimes
he's in a Takahashi show. That's not gonna be okay.
Yeah, no. Oh no. Also prone to bouts of anger, and maybe displaying some almost inhuman levels of strength sometimes.
Is there a time jump?
No. That's Joldy, baby. It's a cool design. Just wanted to share it though because like I said, local store has it, and I'm always debating on like, man, maybe if they have it during like a Christmas or something. Also, if it never gets bought, maybe they'll put it on clearance because it's so good looking. It's the Robo-Dou line, right? Robo-Dou. Mm-hmm. What other Robo-Dous have there been? Oh, there's been a lot. Okay, they've done Ava's. They've done a Griffin from Pat Labor. They did the Voltron design. They did a Scope Dog. Hell yeah. Here's their Scope Dog. Just because it's got the Takahashi thing to show.
That's pretty cool.
Cool Scope Dog. Anyway, all right.
It's too bad that Scope Dog is in the process of falling over. But
I mean, no, it's skating.
It's a sharp angle.
It's skating.
It's a sharp angle. He's gonna fall.
Look.
I looked at the shoulder on that thing. It's not red. Kiriko could pull it off. Nobody else could. That thing's fallen over.
Okay. Ooh, sorry. Also have Ratt. Some cool illustrations to throw in at the end. Not that I need to. We've hit over the hour, so I don't feel as needed to extend the time. But no. I was aligning it with the mustache. I was.
There we go.
Okay, and then this is for the laser discs. Laser disc box. Words are so hard. That's a cool illustration for the laser disc, though.
Ooh,
Very
yeah.
stylized.
That's a tall head you got there.
Yeah, it's cool as hell,
yeah.
though. It's really funny seeing this map of Galient from the, this is from Volume 2 of something. I don't know what media this came with, but, we got the map here. With a Greenie and a Torque. And I don't know the rest, but...
Few, Olus Kiltio, Beltiomi, 4-1. It's fantasy script. I'm sure that's not actually how you read these, but I do like 4-1.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, okay. One more I gotta grab before the end, because I remember one more artist that did some of these. Let's see, Yoshiyuki Takani. I gotta find the art in his book, but I know Takani did some Galient art. That's Zabungle. That was also on our list, but we didn't get it. Here we are. We got some Takani art here. Is it gonna copy properly? It did. Oh, there we go. Woo!
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Takani does real fun art. He's done like lots of movie posters and stuff before as well. So he's got this very heavy style to his art. But yeah, these are two of his Galient pieces that he's done.
No,
So,
those are lovely.
Fighting.
I love this like slight alteration to the Galiant's proportions. He's very gorilla in these.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
He's
good.
much more beefy, much more chunky, but he's still got the very like. It even emphasizes even more his like slender, like sharp almost arms in a way that's very good.
Mm-hmm. The shape of the arms on the Galient is one of the things that really sticks out, just because like having the wedges like that is just really cool. When they're folded up, they're still not really wings, but I get what they're going for, and it's really unique.
I don't know.
Again,
this guy's breaking the sound barrier. They're wings.
You know what? Fair. But yeah, just it's so weird to me that I would not have guessed that if you showed me the design in a vacuum, I wouldn't necessarily guess it was Okawara, just because.
Yeah,
It's
no, same.
so
I almost made that
unlike.
comment at first, and I was like, Dylan's gonna say I'm wrong, and I'll feel stupid.
It's just so unlike any of his like prior and later designs, I feel like.
I mean,
this is before the great drowning of the 90s.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
But like you can see that some of the like shape and form language in the enemy mechs here, especially these centaur fellas, they're very Dunbine. Like the
Yeah.
arms, the hips, the shoulders, like those are Dunbine shapes.
Very carapace segments.
But Galient is not. Galient stands alone.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing that's funny. The enemies were designed by Izubuchi, the Promaxis.
that
That's
makes so much
Izubuchi.
sense. Yeah.
Yep. Because the show is like a mix of Izubuchi and Okawara designs. Okawara tended to do a lot of the chunkier guys. I think basically all the ones that our heroes use. Stuff like the skirts, I believe, is also Okawara. Let me double check, but oh no, the skirts is actually. What else did Okawara only do the Galient? Maybe I've got to go through all these now and see.
Well, that's how you keep a guy from drowning under a workload. One
you
robot
get-
per show.
Yeah. Izubuchi. Yeah, maybe it is all okay. Yeah, he only did the Gallant seemingly. The rest are all credited to Izubuchi here. Okay, well, yeah, that is a way to keep him from drowning. Man. Sorry, one last one I gotta show. I'm sorry I keep extending this, but look, I'm having fun talking about the robot. This one is always so cool to me because it is a weird, like, artillery mecha, but these are aeropods on the back, not missiles.
Yes.
It fires giant magnesium-tipped arrows, and I think that is really cool. They still explode like missiles because magnesium.
Because of the
arrows.
magnesium. Yeah.
But it's just a giant ballista mecha, and I think that's fucking cool. Anyway, alright. Enough side things to go
Oh
on.
man, I'm reading an interview with Izubuchi, and he's like, "Yeah, actually, when I was drawing Dunbine, I was inspired by the Dark Crystal. Hell yeah, brother.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
That's sick."
Alright. Well, 6, and, well, actually, I guess...
Wait, did he do Lodos? God damn. That guy can draw anything.
did he do the character designs? Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, he did the covers of the original novels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which look good as hell.
I mean, the thing is, if you've seen, like, the Aura Phantasm art, he's also just got good, like, fantasy, like, doing the really cool watercolory art, like, chops going on. They're really good. I mean, you know what? I brought up Soul Calibur. Izubuchi did a guest character in Soul Calibur, for 4.
I'm gonna judge heavily whom.
Scheherazade
Please
from 4.
remember which one this is. I don't remember her at all. Did I play for her?
If it ain't Yoda, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was really hoping you were gonna say
There were the
Garen Starkiller.
No. There were the 5 bonus characters that were all girls done by, like, different manga artists. You had Engelfear, you had Shura, Ashlot, and Kamikiri Musi. They were all...
That doesn't sound like you're having a stroke at all.
Engelfear was by the Sergeant Frog guy. Shura was by the I believe that's the, what was it? Gantz. Yeah, Gantz guy.
Wow. Can you tell that this one's a guest character? Does that look like maybe a different artist?
Ashlot's... she's maybe my favorite, though. She's great.
She's cool as hell, but that is not a Soul Calibur character.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Good.
Izubuchi's over here looks like art you'd find for a character in, like, the manual for Super Nintendo RPG that does not look like that in pixels.
Yeah. And yeah, so but they got Izubuchi for one of the weird guest characters, which is just funny to me. And he's like, "Can I make an elf in Soul Calibur?" And they were like, "Sure." You can do whatever you want in Soul Calibur. This is Soul Calibur 4. We're off the rails by now.
I mean, this, yeah, as you know, as Grant mentioned, this is the one with Darth Vader, Yoda, and the apprentice. So,
yeah. Darth Vader for the PS3 and Yoda for the 360, and I guess they...
And then, of course, an apprentice to unite them.
God. Gallant Starkiller... Jesus Christ. You know, I know we still make fun of, like, the AAA game character looking like that to this day, which is really funny, but it goes so far back. Look at this motherfucker.
The thing is, back then, I'm not making fun of it. I'm like, hell yeah, man.
See, even then,
this
wasn't.
This is the blueprint.
I wasn't like I will fully admit to sins of the past, but no, I've always hated Starkiller.
Just wait until they reboot the series and he has a small child that he's got to teach the ways of the world.
It's true. Everything in Star Wars is going to be Lone Wolf and Cub. It's true.
Except for with nowhere near the actual derangement of Lone Wolf and Cub, because that would make it actually good, is the thing.
I don't know. You know, Force Unleashed Reborn has the chance, if any of them could.
God.
There's lightsabers in the baby carriage.
The idea of Disney reintroducing fucking Galen Merrick, whatever, Starkiller is really funny to me. But then again, they don't know what to do right now, given that... I know the reviews for it were bad. Did it actually still do well? Do we know the Mandalorian and
I think so.
Grogu?
Oh, I thought for some reason you were talking about Soul Calibur 6. I'm like, I thought it did okay.
Oh yeah, no, Soul Calibur 6 is fine.
Mandalorian and Grogu box office.
I think it probably had a moderately good opening weekend and then dropped off pretty fast. That's my guess.
That does appear to be the case.
Okay. Anyway, that all aside, Soul Calibur 6 rules, and also had Zasa Lamel in it, which makes me happy because that's my favorite character, but he's only in the games that no one cared about for a while. At least people don't care about 6 anymore either, unfortunately. Everyone still, at least from people I know, people kind of still go back to just playing 2 again, and I'm like, but my favorite characters aren't in
that. So it's doing worse than Solo.
Ooh. I mean, damn. Rip.
Yeah. Turns out when you make a movie about fucking nothing, people don't like it.
Look, Marvel got away with that for a while.
True. I mean, listen, if you'd introduced Galen Starkiller back in it, then I'd been like, all right, I will watch your movie.
God. All right. Well, I have like 3 different times where we've almost wrapped up, but 6. Well, right. Wait, no. What's the order of this when we have a guest? Shit.
We always do the guest first, and also Grant needs to do the big finish.
Yeah.
Like it's let's get on with the show. We're gonna do a proper proper, obviously links down the show notes for all this stuff, but give people the business one more time.
Sure. My name is Grant. You can find me on Bluesky as My Name is Grant, and you're going to see me plug a lot of things because I have a number of projects. Regular Mechanista and G listeners will be familiar with the highlights from my previous appearances. I just want to talk today about, again, the Disappearances of Lydia Fountayne. New episodes starting June 21st and coming weekly thereafter. It is a mystery. It is a magical realism. We've got magical realism. We got a little bit of cyberpunk technology, surveillance, all in their original score. Our premiere episode, which I mentioned you can listen to right now, was nominated for Best Drama at the 2024 Minnesota Web Fest. It's a great time. I think you're really going to enjoy episodes 2 through 10 as well. I know I enjoyed making them. But again, that is lydiadisappears.com.
Which I am going to right now, because I don't have plans for after this episode, so I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah, that's our logo! It rules!
Hell yeah. It is a pretty cool logo. Alright, let's open that. I can't start listening to it now,
where can people find you and your stuff?
Right, yeah. I'm Low Poly Robot on Bluesky. I posted, I drowned Fix from Fix the Adventure for the PS1.
Why did you do that?
Because... Okay, hold on. You need to watch this because it's so... The death animation is so funny that I just was like, oh, I know what I have to do now.
Okay, this is... Alright, this is annoying to do on video, but it'll be fine. Okay, you know what? It's just a... Let's make sure this is cropped correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, fairway field loading. Okay, stage 1. Start. Spinning in place.
Why did they animate it that way?
Poor little guy.
I was not prepared. I was not prepared for that.
Every time
I so much prep.
I know what's gonna happen every time, and I don't like to toot my own horn ever, but I do sometimes. I have, since I posted that yesterday, just opened it up occasionally, and then every time I get to the end, I laugh because it's just like.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know the best part of this headshot that they made for me that you've put on screen?
What's that?
Dog.
Oh,
that is your
That's
dog.
your
That's
dog.
my dog. The artist put my dog on a hat for my little illustration face.
Amazing. But yeah, so
Well,
I just post games and mecha and other stuff on there, and retweet art and whatnot, and yeah. I've been trying to figure out. I haven't live tweeted anything in a while, and I've been like, I just want to find something to stick with. But then it's like, I just have been playing too many RPGs, and it gets to the point where I'm like, I don't really want to live tweet a long form RPG where it's just going to be me posting that, and also I'm like, people I know want to play this, so I don't want to post too much of it because I don't want to spoil people. But also I really like sharing things that I like. Oh no, what do I do? Just that thing where I get in my own head. So I'm like, okay, time to just look around for something goofy to play that I will enjoy. So yeah, you'll just probably see random PS1 games from me for a week or something until I settle on something. But yeah, that's me. 6. What about you?
You can find me on bluesky6.scanlandmedia.com. I actually don't promote very much. I probably should promote more, but I just, whatever. Anyway, you can find more work at scanlinemedia.com or patreon.com/scanlinemedia. And of course, you can join us over the Scanline Media Discord. There's a link down in the show notes, unless you're on YouTube, because I'm not putting a link like that on YouTube. And chat with us about mecha and all sorts of other things. We have a other pods channel. You could talk about the Disappearances of Lydia Fountayne.
Yeah, I plan to. Starting June 11th.
Excellent. 11th or 17th? Or no, 21st. 21st.
Starting June 21st. Wait,
There we go. I mean, you can start whenever
let
you
me
want.
let me.
You know, it's your-
I've got my guide to plugging Disappearances app up. June 21st. Thank you. Starting June 21st. Yes.
All right. Respect the brand guidelines. We will be back with some more mecha, and I'm sure Grant, you will be back sooner or later as well. But you know.
I think by and far our most recurring guest.
Oh yeah,
That's possible.
well,
Even likely. I probably.
I'm trying to think. It's that or Bush from Bush's Baked Beans, but I think you still got the beat.
Yeah.
Oh, roll that beautiful disappearance footage.
All right. Catch you later, everybody. Peace.
Bye.
Peace. They introduced any new Bush's Baked Beans flavors? Oh wait, I didn't hit stop. Let me do that.